Hey, what's up guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Alberto Zertuche, and I'm going to be rigging up my sail line floats, guys. I've done videos of these. It's been a while. However, we've been getting a lot of requests for our sail lines, and so I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little video of what I'm doing here. I've got my 130 pound monofilament that I'm using. I'm using my 1.0 double mini sleeves. I'm using a 130 pound stainless swivel on one end, and then I'm also doing a snap swivel on the opposite end that is rated for 150 pounds. Obviously, it's way overkill for what we're designing it for, but it's still something we got to do, and we are setting it up.
Gotta bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I gotta learn. I'ma call the whole team.
So the way I set the system up is also a pretty cool thing that I've done. Is I have set it up to where you cannot see the inline. I set it up a certain way that I use the monofilament stretch to allow this washers on each end to stay really tight. And as you can tell, I have to use two crimpers to make this happen. By using the stretch and the monofilament, I'm using it to have the two crimpers stretch the line along with creating the retraction that I need to hide the tag end of the whole system. When I rig this up, as you can tell, I'm cutting the monofilament off of the float system there, but I've got enough pressure to where now everything stays in the middle and it stays nice and tight. As you can see off to the left side of the screen, I've already done quite a bit of floats, but I'm still going to rock and roll it till I run out of the washers that I have available. And kind of this is the tag end of the video, but this is only the beginning of me making the sail lines. Right now I'm going to set up a sail line system that a customer brought us the hooks for. That's going to be pretty cool, so check it out. Now that I have finished the washers, or the dual ones that I need, now you can see the big old spool that I am using. That's that 25 pound spool of 130 pound mono that I just got in, and I'm already putting it to use. It's going to be run around the shop a lot until obviously we use it all up, but it is definitely going to be showing our next levels of growth, guys, as I'm going to continue to be bringing in a lot of material and some major bulk numbers, and this is to combat the growth of cost that have been plaguing every part of our lives, guys. It's crazy the amount of growth or how the prices of everything have grown beyond craziness. So I am doing everything I can to combat that, to ensure I'm still putting out a great product, but I'm also trying my best to keep the prices from going up any higher than what they have. By being able to buy in these bigger bulk spools, it's allowing me to keep my prices where they are at. And like I said, it's out of respect for my customers, because if I cannot take care of y'all, y'all cannot take care of me and my ability to feed my family and my workers, to keep them employed. So by doing everything we can and keeping our prices where we need them, it is what it is. We're going to keep rocking it. But right here, I'm using my Dremel. I had used a different kind of cutter to set up the initial holes on it, but they were not thick enough to encompass the hook's thickness and do it safely, because the customer's got to be able to attach the hook and detach the hook when they are deploying the system and or storing it. So here we go, we're using the Dremel to knock it out, and as you can tell, it is creating quite a mess. But this was a step that I definitely needed to get done for our customers that were interested in picking up the hook systems. One of them that I'm going to build is using the hooks that a customer decided to bring to us. They brought in some pretty expensive hooks but it was stuff that they wanted. So we are much obliged to create the tackle, and because they brought in their own hooks, they got a discount because obviously we're not supplying the hooks. However, we've got other customers that are pretty satisfied with the hooks that we do use, and so we'll be making that system as well. So stay tuned as I continue cutting all these slits. For each of the sail line system, there's 30 hooks that can be used legally. What I'm also doing is cutting a notch so that way I can store the system and or deploy it from there. Look at that, like making it snow and hard life's bait and tackle. There you go. Alright guys, so now you can see all the holes I've cut. And here's the 750 pound stainless steel swivel that I'm using. I got the weight that is needed for the hook system there. And you can see how I've already pre-rigged all the sleeves and swivels. And I've already crimped them at the depth I need them. But there are the hooks right here. They're using the owner hooks on the size 5. He actually let us know that he was actually wanting to use the size 4s, but he bought the wrong size. So this will be a pretty cool deal because he's still going to go ahead and have us complete this out. He's going to go out there and use it. And it's going to be pretty cool to know because one of the concerns several customers have voiced to us is about the color of the monofilament we are using. Well, with everything that has been improving with the knowledge of what fish can see or cannot see in whatever water depth they're at and or clarity of water that they are fishing in, we have been using this rainbow color monofilament because it distorts the fish's ability to be able to see or follow the line. So basically, it will work out for the fisherman because the fish will not be able to follow it. However, you know, there have been tests, and again, too, this is all by human eye, not actually looking at through the vision of a fish. However, through all of our leaders that we've been using for the last year or so of using the rainbow color line on our redfish rigs, our double drop drum rigs, and even some of our single drop drum rigs, we have noticed that the fish don't care. We are hooking up left and right. It's not deterring our ability to catch fish with the gear we are using because of the color of the line. So this is a great food for thought, guys, for a lot of people that are spending a crazy amount of money on fluorocarbon and using it on certain areas of fishing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying fluorocarbon ain't the shit. It's just it's not needed for every single application. It is certain areas, yes, obviously, if you're offshore tuna fishing, fluorocarbon, hands down, will get you more hookups. And this is coming from guys that fish for tuna like all the time. They prefer fluorocarbon because they have seen where regular monofilament and or colored monofilaments can actually work against you. Now, here in the bays, I have outfished guys using fluorocarbon side by side with them because we are fishing at night. We are fishing in murky water. There's a whole bunch of things that go into play and when that line will actually help you and or hurt you. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying in murky water fluorocarbon is going to hurt you. I'm just saying that it is not needed. So you don't have to spend the extra amount of money. This is part of the knowledge that we use here in the shop, guys, is because we actually go out and fish and we pay attention to the details. The details of what's actually hooking, what's not hooking, what is working, what is not working for us. And then we implement it in all the gear that we are using. So with this system, I've also set it up to where every 5 hooks, there is a float. You're maxed out at 30 hooks per sail line system. And here we go. I'm going to start rocking and rolling it there. And I am crimping the leaders in there as I'm going to add them in there. And even then, I'm still melting the back end of it because, like I said, we have noticed where monofilaments in the thinner versions are not as strong as they used to be. When I used to crimp something, it never came out. Now, they are slipping out of the crimps, and it's not because the crimps are, you know, thinner or whatever, or the crimpers are old. I mean, these are all brand new crimpers. They are all working just fine, but the chemical makeup or the makeup of the monofilaments aren't as strong as it used to be. And yes, I could go fluorocarbon, but that means there's going to be fluorocarbon price, and right now, with all the prices going haywire, I'm doing the best of my ability to keep them down low, using tackle that is good enough to make it happen for the long term without putting a huge dent into your wallet. So here we go. Alright guys, I know I've got my 30 hooks on there, got my 30 slits, but just double checking everything. As always, double, triple, quadruple check, no matter what, it's all good at the end because the customers get what they pay for. So I'm cutting off the tail end right here where I'm going to be adding in my long line clip. The long line clip is the part of the system that attaches to the sail line. I set it up this way so that way it works in reverse. Kind of like spooling on the line on the reel to get the monofilament on the top shot. So I did it all backwards. The weight is the last part that comes off. The long line clip will be the first part that comes off. So when you pull the long line clip on and you attach it to the sail, you can start pulling out your hooks, and you'll have seen me do this before. This system of using the bucket with the hooks like this has been in use in my repertoire for years now, and I've set up all my customers like this because it allows them to store the hooks safely, rinse them off, and or keep their system. If they have one bad hook, then they can go exactly to it by fixing it right there instead of having to go through the old system of unhooking every single one of them and getting them worked out. Also too, by using the long line clip, I can attach it right here and it locks in the system and keeps the weight in place, and there you go. That is the whole system right there. 30 hooks, 100-pound drops, 200-pound main line on our sail line system. And yeah, we've done different size setups. We've had guys that have requested different number of hook setups, say 15 and 15, or 15 by itself, 20 by itself, or 25. So if you'd like to get your next sail line setup, give us a call at Hard Life Bait and Tackle, 361-334-2171, and be ready for it.